Hi, I'm George Rosis. This is Premeditated Fitness, and today we're going over goblet squats. So if you've practiced the bodyweight squats, you're ready to go with goblet squats. Movement's going to be very similar. You're just going to be holding the kettlebell out here in front of you. So you're going to step up to the kettlebell. It's going to be right between your feet, centered. Same thing as always, feet shoulder width apart, toes slightly pointed out. You're going to come down to the bell, pick it up, and as you pick it up, kind of bring it up like this towards you, and there'll be a moment where it's a little bit weightless and you'll grab it by the horns. It looks like this. All right. Now, once you've got it here, you're going to crush grip the horns and almost try to squeeze your hands together. Keep your elbows nice and close to you. So you're almost doing this motion as you're holding the kettlebell. And that's going to activate everything up here in your upper back, which is going to help with your posture, and it's going to help control the bell. And then it is, from here, it's the same thing as the bodyweight squat. You pull yourself down in and drive back up. If you're having issues with your knees at the bottom, give them a slight tap to remind them to stay out, and drive back up. And with the breath, it's if you're having problems with the bodyweight squat, this might actually be a little bit easier because the kettlebell out in front of you kind of acts as a counterbalance that forces you to keep your torso vertical, because if I'm bending my torso down, kettlebell wants to go to the ground. It's going to follow gravity. So having this as a counterbalance can make the squatting pattern a little bit easier for a lot of people. If you're doing bodyweight squats to a chair or stool and doing the box squats where you touch and go, do that with these as well. If you needed to elevate your heels with a 2x4 or some weight plates, a couple of books, do that with these as well. Don't try to jump outside of your the ability that you have right now. Just work on these. Again, nice and slow, low reps. Just do singles or doubles. Put the bell down, shake it out, do a few more, and keep practicing the movement like that. The goal with kettlebells and squats, eventually, goblet squats are great to learn the squat pattern. But eventually, we want to get to the point where, and we won't do it here in this challenge, but when you have two matching kettlebells, you get to the point where you have one in each hand and you're doing the double kettlebell front squat from the rack position. And this becomes a movement where you can really work the legs and work the core at the same time. And it's a fantastic movement. But we use the goblet squat to train the pattern before we get to that movement, to that grind. And you can get pretty far with the goblet squat. The issue just becomes, if your kettlebell's too big, the act of holding it becomes too tiring. It will tire out quicker than your legs actually will. Whereas when the bell's in the rack position, you can control it a little bit better. If you're moving 224s like this is easier than doing goblet squats with a 48 like this. That's the point I'm trying to get to. But for now, just practice out the goblet squats. Let me know how they go, and I'll be back more soon.